I, 29M, found male underwear in my girlfriend's, 27F, laundry. So, after bringing home our clothes from the laundry, I found a pair of men's underwear in the clothes. They aren't mine, as they are smaller than what I wear, a size down. For clarity, we put our dirty clothes in separate piles, so the underwear came from hers. There was no one else in the laundry when I was there, so I couldn't have brought them home. At first she didn't know whose they were, but then claimed to be her brother-in-law's. She says that she must have accidentally brought them home with her when she did laundry at her sister's house. She does this sometimes. Okay, fine. However, when I tell her I would ask him, bring them to him and her sister live about 3 minutes away, she is vehemently against it. Say I should just trust her and that it's embarrassing for her to have her family involved. That makes me want to ask him even more. We have been together for nearly 2.5 years. I know if I ask, whether it's his or not, it's going to be a pretty huge problem, one she claims we can't come back from. However, I feel like this is the easiest to put this situation to rest. What should I do? What would you do if this happened to you and your significant other? I was fully ready to believe her until she basically forbade you from inquiring about the men's underwear. Those don't belong to our brother-in-law, and I think you already know this. Call brother-in-law and ask him if your girlfriend gave him back his underwear. It shouldn't be a big deal, but your girlfriend is making it sound and be sus. Okay, fine. However, when I tell her I would ask him, bring them to him and her sister live about 3 minutes away, she is vehemently against it. Say I should just trust her and that it's embarrassing for her to have her family involved. Isn't her family involved already, because it's her brother-in-law's underwear? Is she worried that her brother-in-law would be involved in existing? Bill, here is your underwear. I'm too involved. Op's girlfriend should be ashamed. Somehow I don't feel like this is how things will be played out. 27F, 30M, BF is considering breaking up with me over this. My boyfriend of 2 years came home from school for the first time in months. He came and saw me twice, and each time he complained that I did something wrong. The first time he complained because I had some anxiety during our visit, at which point he decided to leave and go home because it was apparently weirding him out. The second time I asked him a pretty serious question regarding us staying together, and he said he didn't know. We were literally about to go to bed, so it was bad timing on my part. We were attempting to share a twin bed unsuccessfully. I just moved so my larger bed is put away still, and I was tossing and turning from stress, so I decided to move out into the living room. I figured it would be better than staring at the ceiling and keeping him awake too. He kept asking where I was going, so I told him I was going out to the couch. I ended up staying up most of the night. When he got up in the morning he was acting really weird. He said everything was fine until I confronted him about his behavior today. He's been acting super off, and I guess it's because of me going into the living room. He told me it was odd behavior and that it threw him off. IDK what to make of this. I apologized and told him that it was easier for me to be out there. Our relationship was already strained and now he may break up with me over this. Now I don't know what to do. Why was what I did so strange? How do I make things right with my BF? TLDR. Boyfriend thinks it was odd that I stayed in the living room after a serious conversation, even though it had nothing to do with our discussion and everything to do with both of us being comfortable. Now he is acting super off. How do I fix things? It sounds like both of you were acting off. Were you actually happy to see him? He'd been gone for a while and the only emotions you described here are confusion, stress, anxiety, and discomfort. And asking if you two should stay together isn't wrong, it's a valid question, but it does announce to him that you're not sure about your relationship. You probably both need to have a deep conversation. But if you aren't excited or happy to see him, think about if your relationship makes you happy or not. I, 42M, caught my wife, 42F, cheating. What and how I am supposed to tell my children? I don't even know from where to start. I am so devastated and have been crying. Me and my wife have been married since 24 years now and know each other since 26 years. We have 2 children who are 21 and 17. All these years there have been no problems at all. She has been a friendly, loving and a caring mother and wife. Since the past 2 weeks she has been acting differently. She has been a little rude at times, a little aggressive. She never acted this way in the past. I was supposed to travel for a few days due to work. My children were at my mom's for the weekend. When I reached the airport my flight was delayed for 4 hours, then they said the flight has been cancelled and they would put me in the flight for the next day, So I came back home. It was around 11:30 p.m. or so when I reached home. My wife did not know I was coming back. When I opened the door, that is when I just went into a big shock. There was some sort of party going around. There were around 10 to 15 people. I recognized 4 or 5 of them who were the co-workers of my wife, but others I had never seen them before. The whole place was a mess. So many bottles, and one person was even drawing something on my furniture. I looked for my wife and then I saw her making out with another woman who was her co-worker. I was extremely shocked and started crying. She saw me and panicked. I told everyone to get the hell out of my house. I am sitting in the living room since the past few hours now. My wife is in the bedroom at the moment. I did get angry and shout at her. I do want her to leave. I feel so devastated at the moment. My daughters are supposed to come over in the evening. I don't know what I even supposed to tell them, and how should I tell them, cause it will break them apart too. This co-worker is new at her place. She joined a month ago and within a few weeks she decided to cheat on me with this woman over me who she has kids with and knows for so many years. I guess her behavior change happened cause of that woman, but how so fast? It makes no sense to carry on this relationship. I guess it will head to divorce. Can anyone guide me with the basics? I know I would need to find a good lawyer, but any idea how much do they charge? All these years my wife never fleeced money out of me and she contributed in whatever she could. She was not a type of a person who demanded things, but well, now I can't say anything cause I didn't expect her to cheat. The house is on my name. My daughter who is 17 will turn 18 at the end of this month. What things can my wife claim for? Dr. My wife cheated on me. I caught her with a coworker. My children don't know about this. When they come home, what and how should I tell them? Any guidance for this whole situation would be helpful. I mean, cheating aside, she had a party with 10 to 15 people and someone was drawing on your furniture. This isn't a 19-year-old woman, she's 42. It sounds like your issues with her extend beyond cheating. They are 17 and 21. They can understand the consequences of cheating. Just tell them the truth. That your flight had been cancelled and you came home to see her having a wild party, and cheating on you with a coworker. That you cannot abide by cheating since it is so intolerable, and you are thinking divorce is the best way forward given her behavior. They're old enough to know the truth, so tell them and just assure them that you love them the same, will continue to be dad and so on. Mine are much younger when it happened to me. They are old enough to know and take it like adults. 29F demands that I-33M pay for boyfriend's travel expenses. Not really a relationship advice, but I'd like to see what people think. Thanks. I'm a male with a female friend who has a birthday coming up next month, so 2 months ago I asked what she wanted to do since it's a milestone birthday. She's turning 30. She suggests we go to Las Vegas. I ask who she wanted to go with and she says her younger sister, and our mutual male friend and his wife. Over the past 2 months, we book a suite and book flights out. During the holidays, we also are introduced to her new boyfriend, but no mention is made about him joining us on this trip. Anyways, this past weekend, I am trying to group text and coordinate plans such as dinner reservations and shows. The birthday girl then texts me in a private text. "We're still going?" she asks. "Yes." "Why do you ask?" I reply. "Well, my boyfriend. He isn't going. You don't expect me to run off to Vegas and party with you guys and leave him behind, do you?" "Well, no, but he honestly wasn't part of this plan when we planned it. We only got introduced to him 2 weeks ago." "What's wrong?" "I think it's just wrong. You can't ask me to go to Vegas now and leave him behind. Then invite him. We still have some time to change reservations and maybe he can find a flight for the same day." "You don't get it. He doesn't make a lot of money and he barely knew about this trip, and he's honestly making me feel bad for going without him." "So what do you suggest?" "Well, you need to invite him and pay for his flight." "What? That's ridiculous. I'm not paying for his flight. Did you expect us to pay for his meals too?" "Well, yeah, this wasn't his idea. This was yours. He shouldn't have to pay for something he didn't have a word in." I can't believe what I was reading. My friend is expecting me, or my friends, to cover the expense for her new boyfriend just cause she doesn't feel right about leaving him. Any advice on how to handle this situation? Most of us have been saving up for months now for this trip, and I don't want to ask the group to chip in for an uninvited guest now. Update 1. Spoke with the group. Most really want her to join us since this whole trip was for her birthday. Original friend now claiming that her parents don't think it's right that she as a female is running off to Vegas with friends that includes guys that aren't her significant other. Mind you, one male is married and bringing his wife and I'm just a friend. Why don't you all go and have fun and she can stay home with her boyfriend? Your choices are come with us as planned. Find a way to pay to bring your boyfriend. Or you can stay back with him if you feel weird about it. That's it. It is her choice. She is the one who decided to wait until pretty last minute. She is the one who is asking to bring him along, and she is the one who cannot finance his trip. Why should it fall on the lot of you? Sorry you don't want to come anymore. We'll toast to your birthday and tag you on Insta. She suggests we go to Las Vegas. You can't ask me to go to Vegas now and leave him behind. Tell her you don't appreciate her trying to take advantage of you when it was her idea to go to Vegas. If she wants him to come, it's on her to pay it.